Can you build a survival kit with $25? Today, that's my goal, is to walk into the store with $25 and come out with what I need to survive in an emergency situation. That's the essentials: food, water, shelter, and maybe even a few little wild cards. And don't forget, Pluck Norris is hiding in somewhere in this video, so if you spot him, throw the timestamp down below in the comments. So our first stop today is going to be Walmart. I know it may not be the cheapest place to cover the $25, but we got to pick up a few groceries anyway, so we're going to check out the clearance aisle. Well guys, Walmart clearance aisle was a bust. Checked out the camping. There was some good stuff there, but not for the budget. So we're going to take off over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. Over here to Dollar Tree. So we'll see you here in a few. So we're here at Dollar Tree. We're going to try it out. Like I said, Walmart was a bust at the clearance aisle. So we'll see what Dollar Tree has for our budget. All right guys, so far we got a $1.25 first aid kit. I'm going to try to keep this simple, use the prepare system. So start off, $1.25 first aid kit. Just found a water bottle for $1.25. So we got the water taken care of. All right guys, we found a tarp we can use for shelter. $3. Get that. Throw it in a basket. Alright, got a cheap multi-tool, $5. Might be cheap, but I'm sure it'll cut something. And then also, we've got lights for $1.25. They're AA, so we'll have to get some batteries. But $1.25 light. If I can get it closed. She is. Alright. We'll go with the black one. Alright, let me go find some batteries. Alright guys, we had a pretty good haul from Dollar Tree. We got about $10 left on our budget. So we're gonna head over to Dollar General and see what we can find there. So we're at Dollar General. The biggest thing right now we're probably looking for is cordage and maybe some food, maybe a blanket, something definitely to sleep on or sleep with. But so far it's looking good for a good haul. Guys, we've got a 3-ply poly rope for $3. So that leaves us a little over $7 to deal with. We're gonna get food. Kind of want some tape, like duct tape, or some good kind of tape like that we can use for lashing, starting fires, things like that. So I did find some right here. This is a little more than what I want to spend. It's $5.50. So I am going to go with 2 rolls of electrical tape for $3. That's $6. We got about $4 we can spend. About, I think, $4.25. About $4.25 we can spend. All right. Trying to find a pot or something to boil water in. It was too expensive. So I'm going to go with these aluminum pans. You can bake with them. So my logic is you should be able to set them on some hot coals or something and boil them, or boil water with them. So we're going to go with that because these are $1. All right, so we had Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General. Like I said, at Walmart, we had the clearance aisle and the camping section at Walmart. The clearance aisle where we lived, I mean, at the Walmart in our town is not very good. I know they have some clearance items spread out through the store, but I didn't go out searching for all of those. The general clearance section really didn't have anything we could really use. There was a couple things, but it wasn't really what I was looking for that you could have used. It was like a bundle of yarn that we probably could have used for cordage. I mean, because there's a ton there. And a table, like a party tablecloth or something like that. Over here is our Dollar Tree haul, which we came out of there with like $13 left over. Pretty good haul. I'll get into that here in a second. And over here is our Dollar General haul, which, like I said, we had about $13 coming out of it. Now, We'll get into it, show you what we got. You had some on film, some of it no. I mean, we've got our water bottle. We picked up a lighter for $1.25. Picked up a tarp. I think that was $3. We got a little $1.25 LED camp light. And batteries to go with it. They were $1.25. Then I think it was $5 multi-tool. Yes, it's cheap. Not gonna lie, but it's better than nothing. The only downside is if you were to go right in and buy it with no knife, you're gonna have a hard time getting it open because it's in the sealed plastic. So we'll get that opened up and go from there. And then we got a little $1.25 first aid kit. Now I know in my first couple of videos, I talked about not trusting, you know, the off-the-shelf, Walmart first aid kits. And this is honestly smaller, but you know what? It's better than anything. You can handle cuts with it. It's got Band-Aids. It's got gauze pads. It's got alcohol wipes. This will help. It's not totally useless. But if you're on a budget, put this in your pack. Because ultimately, that's what we're doing. We're building this on a small budget because I know times are tough right now. Things are tight with a lot of people, pretty much everybody. Moving on with our Dollar General haul. We've got some aluminum loaf pans. Like I said earlier, when I picked them up, with our budget, we couldn't afford a pot because, I mean, I think the cheapest one was like $8, and at the time I had like $4 left. So I picked 3 loaf pans up for $1. I figure I can set them next to the fire, warm up my meal, which my meal is just a can of clam chowder. We'll set it next to the fire, warm it up on the fire, and we'll have a meal. And then with that, where'd it go? Bought a bottle of water for like $1. Plus, I mean, you got your water bottle, plus you got another bottle of water that you can use. And what are you gonna eat your meal with if you don't have silverware? You know, this was another $1. And then for lashing and for just general purpose use, I've got a 2-pack of electrical tape. I wanted duct tape, but I couldn't afford it because we were down low on the budget. We only had a couple dollars left. Plus, I got the 3-ply poly twine. Reason being, I mean, there's 125 foot. We can use it to build our shelter with our tarp. Plus, I can also cut off certain links if I need and undo these plies, and I have single ply smaller cordage that we can use for whatever we need to. And then my wild card, being I'm a Marine veteran, crayons. You can eat them, or you can use them as candles. Or if you have paper, you can color with them, write notes, things like that. So with that being said, in the next video, we're gonna put all this stuff to use and try out the $25 budget kit. Y'all, I hope you found pluck in the video. If you did, again, leave your timestamp below and you'll be thrown on a leaderboard. As always, I appreciate you watching. Remember, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.